Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, the domestic goddess, usually outside in the garden, but tonight in the paddy wagon.
And we're back.
Oh, I don't know how excited I don't know how excited y'all are. Okay, so the people person of the relationship really missed you guys.
Yeah.
But we did get a whole lot of stuff done, which we'll tell you all about as soon as we play the intro.
Which is right here. Do this. All right. Hi, and I'm glad we got some of our people watching. Hi, Renee and Dale and Michelle and the Squatch Cowboy.
Oh, it's good to see
Howdy,
you.
y'all.
I want to respond. Yes, Renee, we are going after a glorious beard.
Yes, we are working on the glorious beard.
So anyway, well, let's catch up with folks. Drop in the chat what you've been up to the last month. And while you're doing that, we will tell you what we've been up to the last month.
Work.
Yeah. Not the fun Bigfoot kind of work.
Not the fun Bigfoot kind of work. No, we were, as you know, we're in Oregon. We're helping my mother. And every time I found something wrong with her house and I go to fix it, I find 15 other wrong things. So in the last month, we've replaced an entire wall of the house.
A support wall.
Yeah.
That was falling
That
down.
was inside and out. And all new electrical and all new plumbing. So I've been busy.
And then there was the cabin out back.
Yep. And now we're getting the old 1800 miner's cabin because it was sitting on a bunch of termites and it's sinking. And I'm going to jack it up, put some new logs underneath it, set it back down on a foundation, put a new floor in it, walls, roof.
Possibly a secret floor and a code to get into the bat cave.
That's it. So there's that.
All right.
We're working on that.
So, and I've been gardening my happy little self right off. If anybody is in need of tomatoes, you just let me know. I might box them up because we may have a bumper crop.
We may have. So, thank you, Renee. I know. I'm working on the biker beard. So
that's someday when we go back to Sturgis.
Yeah.
I'll have my hot little t-shirt and you'll have your biker beard.
Oh,
hey, the bitter critter. I think you're new here unless you've just been stalking.
No, he's kind of new here, but I know where he's from.
Where's he from?
Prepper Nation. Nice to see you.
Okay. Well, I don't know everyone at Prepper Nation. I do know John. He's kind of a hoot and a handbasket. And I love Bjorn.
All right.
I want to meet Bjorn in person.
Do you? You just like saying Bjorn.
I just like saying Bjorn.
So anyway, we've got a great show for you tonight. We have got one of our Squatch Americans on with us.
Our favorite New England Squatcher, Donna Matosa, happy owner of the Harmonyville Country Store.
I'm getting there. I got to click that. And hi, Donna.
Hey, guys.
Could someone in the chat tell us how our volume and how Donna's volume is?
Okay.
While we're talking.
So, So Donna, oh my gosh, you got a hot spot.
I have a hot spot. Yes, I have.
You do.
Yes, for the past 3 years now. Oh no, actually, a year and a half, 2 years. And it's consistent, which is nice. I thought maybe it was a fluke when I first found the tracks, but it's consistent. Can they hear me?
Well, yep, I can hear you.
We are 5 by 5.
We are 5 by 5.
The code for it's good.
Yep.
Good.
Bitter Critter says we are 5 by 5. So.
Beautiful.
All righty. So I don't know if you want to like give away the location, but you can give an idea about where it's at. and we've got some photos to share.
All right.
If I figure out where the buttons are. There we are.
A month off, and
I'll
you
put
have forgotten
I
how to push
forgot
all
how
the
to
buttons.
push the buttons. All righty. So this is below a dam.
It's southern Vermont.
Southern Vermont.
Yes.
And is it within that what do they call
Bennington
it? The
Triangle.
Bennington Triangle?
It's within, I think 5 miles of the Bennington Triangle,
Yep.
which is famous for cryptology. A lot of
Mhm.
different kind of things out there.
Yep. Everything from UFOs to skinwalkers to
Yeah.
Is there a Nessie there?
werewolves.
Is there a Nessie
I don't think
there?
there's a Nessie there, but
Actually, well, Vermont is the champ at Lake
Champ. Oh,
Champlain.
that's right. You
that's
guys do have Champ.
right.
But that's not anywhere near. It's like 2.5 hours from here. But
Yeah.
still, it's in Vermont.
Yep. Forgot about that. We should have went and saw Champ.
That means we have to go back to New England next year, right, Dale? Please back me up on this.
Yeah, all right. So along this is it a river? It's a riverbed. It's the outflow of the dam, right?
Yeah, it's actually a reservoir, you know. It's where
Oh.
the dam will actually it pulls up. It's always water there, but they can release the dam and the water will go down. But it's like a reservoir.
Oh, okay. All right. So I've got this photo here. You send us.
Yep.
Look at these lovely Bigfoot tracks. I don't know if you can see those, Donna, can you?
I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Oh, you want to say hi to Papa? And I saw somebody else that's new.
Lori.
Lori.
Are you related to us?
It's Lavulette, but
Love,
close.
love, like
Love-
love, let's yeah. Okay, my choir days are coming back. When I used to teach my choir children Acadian folk music, can you believe that?
Yeah.
Dale says, okay, so Lori wanted to know when we're coming back to Maine. If I had my way about it tomorrow, but I would love to come back, and I would love to come back next year because I think that's when they're having the Acadian reunion.
Yeah, the
So-
Acadian Festival.
The Acadian Festival. So that would be dependent on Canada not being silly about things. But anyway.
Yep. All right, Donna, back to the
Sorry, I got squirreled.
squirrel.
That's right.
All right. So Donna, I was looking at these photos, and one thing I found that was really amazed me, and let's see if I can get my look, laser pointer.
Ooh.
So, and I think I can actually even draw lines if I want here
With the pen.
with a pen.
All right, draw those lines.
All right. So if you look right here, it's kind of hard. I'm not very good. I can't draw with a mouse. But anyway, that is a definite deep mid-tarsal break. And you can see how this whole thing is how round this foot is, how wide it is, for crying out loud. And you can see it in all these prints out here. You got yourself a Sam Squatch there. So, that is I think I had something for that. What was that? Yep, that is Sam Squatch approved. So
That's good.
yep.
Some of the prints actually, I measured, they're probably 2 to 3 inches deep. And I actually took my foot, I sent you a picture, and I went barefoot next to it to see how much of an imprint I would have next to it. And it didn't even go close to the 2.5 to 3 inches.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, there's actually a test you can do with that. It takes a little bit, but if you had, you need to have like a copy of a footprint cast that you don't care about breaking.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've seen this done before. Is you take the cast, like you make a copy of one, and you take the cast and you put it on the sand, and then you pile weights on it.
Oh.
And
see how
until
much
it sinks to the right depth, and then you can pretty much calculate the weight of the creature. Um, but I've seen them have to build like big rigs in order to put enough weight on it because you're putting 500-600 pounds on it.
Yeah,
know,
I'm not
so,
carrying that. I'm not walking that down the hill.
no, you're
No,
not.
no. So
So
I won't be
So
doing
what
that.
was the context of this trackway find?
the context.
Yeah, ask all the pertinent questions. Time of day, weather, all the things you ask for on a report.
Oh, well, we know most of it. It was.
I don't know any of
So
it.
what time of year was this?
Well, that what you're seeing right now, that was in June. I
June.
actually have it right here. Yeah,
Just
that
last
was
month.
yeah, that was June.
So
And
that's fresh.
actually that print right there. That before they actually closed the gate, but that print I saw, and then I went down the next day and it was all bulldozed out. So
Yeah.
because you asked me to cast it, so I went down the next day to go down and cast it, and it was bulldozed over. So with no prints at all, no trackways.
So
Yeah.
so that leads us to the interesting discussion.
Well, we're
but
going to
not
get to
yet?
that later.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, these are all, if you look at them really closely, most definitely got that mid-tarsal break. I don't know which one what the cast that you have. And I like the dog for size comparison here.
I just like the dog.
Oh yes. Well, actually, that's before they started plowing over the whole area. That was the dunes of sand that they put, and I was afraid that there weren't going to be any more prints because of all the machinery and stuff there. But I was glad to see that they were actually climbing on the mounds of sand.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of prints on that. So I'm thinking this area is more like a play area for the adolescents and the kids. Because what I've noticed is that I see a lot of smaller prints, from 10 to size to 6 inches. And I'd never seen a really big one. So I'm thinking either the big alpha male would probably be in the back, watching or maybe hunting, who knows. And so it's more of the kids and maybe the mom watching while they play in the water or whatever. And that's why, golf ball and all that stuff is there.
Yeah. Speaking of which, golf balls, you just brought that up.
Yeah.
You've been finding golf balls just randomly show up there.
They're within 3 miles. I walk a lot of different areas, and it's always within 3-mile radius. And I've always found for the past 10 years golf balls just laying there, and there's no golf course around for I think 10 miles. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And there's like a farm and everything. I can't imagine people just hitting golf balls out. And I got my phone right here. Hold on. So I'm like, that's why I always collect them, give them to my husband. And then I realized, well, maybe it's Bigfoot playing with them. And then after they bulldozed the whole area, I went back there and I saw prints again. And then there was a golf ball right there on the shoreline.
Huh.
So I'm thinking it's just a toy for them. They get them from somewhere. Maybe I don't know what their radius of walking is, or traveling. So maybe they do go out to the area where there's a golf course and they find balls, and they bring them back and carry them. And I don't know. First, I thought maybe an eagle would pick them up, thinking it was an egg, and then drop them because we have a lot of eagles in the area. But now I'm thinking otherwise.
Yeah. How have you had a chance to look and see what the nearest golf course is to that area?
I did look up. It's 10 miles.
10 miles.
10 miles.
Yeah. As Papa Craig said in this, let's see, where did I just see that?
That would be a wicked slice.
That would be a wicked slice.
Yeah.
To be able to slice
exactly.
it 10 miles.
Yeah.
I like Dale's comment there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dale said, what about leaving a gift for them? And you and I had kind of talked about that since there's so many footprints in that area. I would think golf balls would be a good place to start.
Well, you did say that, and I did bring a golf ball, and I brought a pom-pom, and I was going to leave it, but that was the time we'll get into is when I went there casting, and a park ranger came down, and then I got so distracted by that, I forgot to leave the gift. So.
Okay. So what did the park ranger say?
They just drove by.
Oh, okay.
If you want to get into that, we'll start that, but that's when I was casting, and a park ranger came down and drove by where I was casting.
Uh-huh.
And then, as I told you later on, when I went back to get the cast an hour later, the gate was closed. But I can get into that. I don't know when you want to get into that, but I can tell you the whole story about that.
After the commercial break. Yeah.
After the commercial break. So we got to do that real quick, and it's time. All right. I got to click buttons here again.
He's
Go.
all right, friends. American farmers recently warned about coming food shortages. They're not going to be able to grow enough food this year because an off the charts fertilizer shortage. That means you need to stockpile emergency food if you don't have some. Get prepared with My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest preparedness company, proudly offering Ready Hour brand products because they're the very best. Click on our affiliate link below and stock up now. Their kits provide breakfasts, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks totaling over 2,000 calories a day. You won't go hungry when you have this food. Just click on our affiliate link in the description below. Don't let your family suffer. Act now while there's still time. I just want to say one thing now.
Okay, go ahead.
I have nearly 100 tomato plants
Planted.
Just saying. We won't starve.
Yeah. Well, a lot of spaghetti. Glad I'm French. Okay. So.
All right, that was the thing. That was the commercials. So let's get into the fun stuff. Oh, by the way, Joe, I've got about 40 stalks of corn growing too.
Yep. Joe said we're going to run out of ethanol with all the corn, or
I got
run
corn.
out of corn with all the ethanol.
I got corn. I got tomatoes. I got squash. I got all sorts of things growing.
Okay, so back to gifting. Dale says Nutella. That's been a big thing for a long time, and I've got a set of fingerprint casts that came from a Nutella jar that Cliff Berkman gave me that they got during that Finding Bigfoot series. And what they do with those is they take the Nutella jar. I don't know how far is the nearest tree line from there in forest from that edge. I mean, how far do they have to walk in the open to get to the water? Oh, crap. Hold on. She's muted. Oh,
all right,
there we go.
We get to start all over now.
So how far?
It could be 200 feet from one area, or the next, it could be 500 feet from the other area. I'm not very good with
okay,
feet, but it's not that far.
It's not that far.
No.
Okay.
No.
So here's what we've done with Nutella jars in the past is if you get like a chunk of PVC
Jumbo
pipe, you don't have to do that, but you take one of the jars and you put it in the pipe, and then you strap the pipe to a limb high up the tree.
Okay.
Like if you can't, as high as you can reach, or usually 7 feet or so. And then what we've found, like when the one that where Cliff got the fingerprints out of the jar, is that jar had been taken out of the pipe. The lid screwed off it because you leave the lid on it. The lid was screwed off. You got to have hands to do that. And then it was found about 30 feet uphill. So it didn't fall out and roll downhill. It actually was carried uphill. And then they stuck their finger in there and tried it. And then they got the cast of the fingers poked in there, which were gigantic. But
wow.
So that's one thing they do. You can do that. And another thing is putting piles. Like if you got your take several golf balls.
Yep.
And like take them into the tree line somewhere and like put them on a log or something, and do like a little pile of them if you can, like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And what has happened in the past with us is we've done it with marbles, and you'll find that they'll leave 3 marbles in a row, and they'll take the rest of them.
Huh. Okay.
And when you go, make sure you take pictures of everything before you leave, so you know what it looks like.
Right.
And you can prove the do.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll do that. Now that they're done
All right.
bulldozing, I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to get into that. Oh, and thank you, Lori.
Laurie, yep. Thank you so much for joining up,
Yeah.
riding this crazy train with us. So,
Oh, and Squatch and Cowboy says, what do you think about the Bigfoot skull that was found in BC? A lot of people don't know about that. It's kind of fresh thing. I just saw a thing on the inner zones about that today, actually. Bigfoot skull being found in BC. But another thing that we wanted to talk about is, boy,
this can be a short show.
it's going to be a short show because I'm blasting through this stuff. We'll get into some of that chat here later. But I wanted to get back into Donna's find here. And one thing I wanted to talk about is, boom, we're going to go back to the photos. This is the beach area with all the footprints, and and this, why isn't it advancing? There we go. And this is the next day.
Or an hour.
Or
an hour later.
So how long you think those prints were there before they bulldozed them?
There's always prints there. There's prints there all the time. Fresh ones, old ones. And the wintertime I wasn't able to go down at all because we had so much ice damming, and so it was actually flooded. The whole area is flooded, so I couldn't even walk down. And they closed the gates. The gates are open from Memorial Day till Labor Day. Then they close the gates.
Okay.
But you can walk down there, and it's kind of a big hill to go down, and even worse to go up. But the wintertime I was not able to go down at all because there was a lot of ice damming. The water was all the way up, and you couldn't have gone down there. So I first went down there, I think it was May when I was able to go and walk down, and there were fresh prints everywhere. So I started going down in June to cast, and when I was down there in June casting, the gate was open, and they open up when it's open full time. I mean, in the summertime, they're open from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. So I was able to drive down and walk around. I did a casting, and like I said, a park ranger drove by. And normally they drive by, they wave, you wave back if they do go down there. I've never seen them actually down there, but I've seen them up higher. And nobody was waving. So then I went back, let it cast because it takes a while to set for me anyway. So I went home, only a couple miles down the road, went back an hour later, the gate was closed. I took a picture. I sent you the picture, with a sign that says, open 8 to 8. And well, didn't stop me. So I trucked down there with my puppy, who does not like to walk, and my little backpack and all my stuff and my shovel. Dug it all up, went back out, and then about 2 days later, the machinery they started pumping out the water. Because they did have to dredge it because we had Hurricane Irene almost 10 years ago, and they've been talking about dredging it because we have a lot of silt coming in, but it hasn't been done for 10 years. And then, like I said, 2 days later, all the machinery is there. But actually, the good thing about having them pumping out the water is that on the shoreline, I saw the prints walking through the water, but then it was also a lot of hills, sand dunes, I'd call it. I don't know, because it's kind of low. And I saw prints also walking through the water to where the mounds of sand was, where the water was, being taken away. So then, like I said, 2 days later, I went down and everything was just plowed right over. And they just finished up about 3 days ago. So now they're done. So we'll see. And actually, I was down there yesterday, and now it's all sand. So it's not the silt, it's not the mud anymore. It's just sand. And I did see some prints.
Oh, more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're there. Yeah. Because I was concerned that they would be scared off.
All right. Cowboy was asking how long were the prints? And they look like they're 2 or 3 different sizes. Did you have a chance to measure them?
Well, what I've noticed, and I need to take better, data and stuff, is that I'm guessing 5 to 6 different types. I have one that I call the big toe, and I've seen it since last year to now. And I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we'll put you up here.
Yep. Whoop. There we go. Okay. I call this one the big. You really can't see it that well, can you?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow, look how deep that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
and the toe is very distinct. I mean, it's when you see it, it's a lot higher than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
But
You are a
definitely-
caster extraordinaire, by the
So
way.
that looks to be, how long is that? Did you measure
that's
that
11,
one?
11 inches.
Okay.
And then I have this other one. So I see a lot of adolescent, a lot of infant ones, and then here's another one. It's very pronounced.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you turn that sideways so we can see how deep that mid-tarsal break is? Look at that. Oh my gosh.
I'll turn around this way so you can.
I know. That is insane.
Yeah.
To it, Dr. Jeff
then-
would be.
And then I have the infant one, which this is the first time I noticed this year. So, there we go, right here.
Uh-huh.
And this one's like 6 inches, 7 inches.
Okay.
Trying to, there we go. It's probably a little better.
Wow.
She should be giving casting lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, so I've seen about 5 different prints. I'm starting to recognize the prints, like the big toe one. And then there's that, the cripple foot one that I found. But there's also one, it kind of broke, but it's a cripple foot, but not as defined as the first one. It's a lot smaller. I'll get that. It's over here.
Okay.
It kind of broke on me.
They sometimes do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but you can see where it goes together.
You can actually Gorilla glue those back together, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see the bend in that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not as defined as the other one, and that's a small one. This one is probably maybe 8 inches.
Right, because the other one was like 13.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting now that I'm starting to recognize the prints. The different sizes, like I said, the big toe one, and also just you start to recognize them. So I started logging down. There's like 5 that I can actually recognize. And to me,
Okay.
I mean, obviously not knowing, I'm thinking more as like a female with like a toddler, now an infant, because the smaller ones I found, they weren't there last year. So I don't know if maybe over the winter they give birth. I'm not, also we don't know. We're just guessing.
Yeah. No.
But they're always together. Usually the adolescent one and the smaller one are together, and then there's always like a 9-inch one. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back up to Dale's comment.
Dale's.
Up.
Okay. Dale said, "You got any trail cameras?"
I do. Yes.
Okay.
It'd be kind of hard. I mean, I could put them in the wood line, the forest line.
Yeah.
There's 2 areas. One that goes way uphill, and that's more of a recreation area up there. And then there's one off to the side where the tree line is. That's more just straight up the mountain. And it looks like they're going up to where the recreation place is. As opposed to where the tree line is, that just there's nothing there, just goes right up. Because that looks where they're walking, but they could be walking around.
Mm-hmm.
I could leave some there.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea if you can
Yeah.
find, a trail wide. But they are notoriously known for avoiding those cameras, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
So if you don't get anything, Tim Coleman, hi brother. I haven't seen you in a long time.
We chat all the time on Facebook.
Do you?
Yes, we do.
All right. Tim and I were in some place together, like Desert Storm.
Are they
Are they known to travel as families / herd, or
I
just
believe so.
tend to be alone? I think absolutely
tribes?
they're
Yeah.
in small family groups. Like the one that I saw 4 years ago was a juvenile, and he was with mom or dad. I never saw mom or dad, but mom or dad was definitely there with them, because after we found the footprints, mom happened to be standing right next to him, and I didn't see her, but I saw the baby. So
You heard mom or dad.
yeah, I heard mom. She whistled, or dad. I don't know which one it was.
Get your took us over here, child.
Yeah.
That's what that whistle meant.
I don't know if it was mom or dad, but they did have a 15-inch footprint. So
Probably mom.
probably mom. So, yeah. Oh, and go ahead.
Another thing, when I was casting the one of the prints, when the park ranger came down, when I went back later on in the area I told where the forest line is that goes straight up, I heard something very big walking, and I kind of looked up, and then I didn't hear anything, and then I heard like a tree fell, a big tree.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
I didn't see it, but a tree fell.
You leave all the juicy bits out.
Yeah. I did text you that, but I didn't. It wasn't windy, wasn't stormy, and I heard a big tree come down. And actually, me and my sister last year we had the same thing happen when I first found the tracks. We were walking up to the more recreational area, and we heard noises and we heard a tree fall. So
wow.
I mean, they are all around there. And I had, like I sent you also, a person in the area that property abuts it. He has like, I don't know, 500 acres. I'm not sure. Took me on his ATV to look at a tree structure, and it looks like a teepee. And actually, the roots you couldn't see because of the foliage, but the roots are at the top, and the tree tops are at the bottom, and it's formed like a teepee.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got those too.
Yeah.
those were amazing.
And that was probably about, from the area where I found the trackways, if I had to guess, about 2 to 3 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, trees don't accidentally turn themselves upside down.
And you can see where the stump was. It was probably about 2 feet from, so it wasn't like it fell and jumped to go that way, like if it was a storm. So
yeah, that's amazing. I mean, we found I think I've said this before, but we found we had a tree laid between our tents in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And it was pulled out of the ground and laid between our tents. It was like 12 feet away wherever the hole was. And there was no wind that night either. So.
Yeah. So I want to say hi to Paula. It's been a while since we've seen you around these parts.
Yeah.
Paula's a longtime follower of Squatch America. Actually, I think she started following us when we were still Blue Mountain.
Yep. It's been a while.
So good to see you on. And Mopar Bill, everyone is really excited to see you. I don't know you, but you must be one exciting individual because they just went crazy.
So welcome. Yep.
All right. What's the more exciting stuff for tonight's show?
The more exciting stuff.
I mean, it is like we've been on for 33 minutes.
I know. So I was going to get back to this slide right here. So I want to throw this out to the chat. Do you think, since they saw her casting prints here, that they decided to do a project that they'd put off for 10 years all of a sudden?
You all know what I'm going to say. You know.
Okay.
I'm the one who worked for the government all those years. What do you think I'm going to say?
What are you going to say? No?
Let's see. Put it up in the chats.
What?
What do you think? I think the expression on my face gives my answer.
Yeah. We got one question for you, Donna.
Yes.
It says, have you heard any more night calls in that area? I don't know if you've been going out at night and listening.
No.
You're only a couple miles from it.
Right. So. Not at my house because I wake up at 4 a.m. So usually by 9:30 I'm passed out.
Okay.
Yes. But actually, everybody at the store knows that I love Bigfoot and I do the research and all that stuff. And when I was showing the prints, one of the customers that lives maybe a mile from that area, I was showing him the pictures. He's like, him and his, I don't know if it was his cousin or brother or whatever, sitting out, and they heard howling like crazy. They had no idea what it was. Their dogs were going crazy. And I said, that's got to be Bigfoot. And then I have a friend who lives about 2 miles from there. and she hears owls constantly. But now she's realized, because now she's really getting into Bigfoot, and she's listening, and now she's realizing the distinction between an owl call, actual one, or ones that are not so much an owl.
Mm-hmm.
So there are definitely a lot of sounds, a lot of vocalizations out there also. I just can't stay awake to listen.
Yeah, that was
I feel you, girlfriend.
yeah, that was one of the things that we have talked about with Ron Moorhead too, was talking about mimicking, you know, like they mimic other animals,
and owls,
coyotes and owls and things like that. And if you got a good ear, you can tell the difference.
Yeah. Once
So,
once you're attuned to it,
uh-huh.
you definitely can tell the difference.
Yeah.
But it's still, right. I know I keep bringing this up, Scott. Whenever I find tracks, I find huge dog prints. I've told you before, I really think that, the coyotes or the wolf bred, the hybrids out here, I think they coexist with them. I think maybe like scavengers, I don't know, like pets like we have, but scavengers where they kill a deer that the wolves come in and eat up after them, or because the track that I found, true. Yeah, I mean, they're huge. They're definitely not, they're canine, but not like a dog, a pet dog. They're so big.
Right. Or vice versa. Maybe the canines kill it and the Bigfoot true. Are scavenging.
Yep.
You guys have those coy wolves, right?
Yeah. And I've talked around to other people. We have wolves out here that come down from Canada. So, and I have in my backyard of a very large, to me, it looks like a wolf, but it could be the coy wolf, like you said.
Yeah. In case you're wondering what a coy wolf is, it's actually a hybrid between a wolf and a coyote. And that's a thing up there in the Northeast. And I guess the populations of those are exploding from what I heard.
I want to pet one.
Yeah. You want to pet a fluffy cow in South Dakota too, so
I do.
But
our South Dakota governor is a buffalo rancher. I love her.
So, Papa Craig, here we go. He says,
No, our Gooberman would never withhold information from us.
Yeah. And Mopar Bill says,
tracks? What
tracks?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And Renee says there are no coincidences.
No coinkydinks?
No coinkydinks, as they say.
It's funny. One of the workers came into the store yesterday that was actually contracted to do this, plowing and stuff. And I joked, I'm like, I said, I found some Bigfoot prints, and all of a sudden they're like, gone away now. He just kind of laughed. So he just
yeah, they have no idea how much they're giving away by that response.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Renee, there are some what around North Powder?
Yeah, Renee, you said something's
dish, girl, dish.
They're the same around North Powder.
While you're dishing, I will say that my years in public service showed me a lot, and there's a reason why I am not in public service anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, she says coy wolves.
Oh, coy wolves.
That might be. I didn't know that was a thing here in Oregon. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that.
Can I pet one?
Sure.
Get a puppy?
Yeah. Sure, it'll eat your chickens. Okay.
Probably. I think Daisy would eat the chicken. So one of the other things that happened while we were taking a break from YouTube is we became the proud parents of a flock of 5 chickens. Yes. We have 2 hens, 2 female chicks, and a really sassy rooster chick named Basil.
Yep.
We have a daily come to Jesus talk about his future with the family. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure coy wolves are more dangerous because they're probably the most aggressive of both breeds. So.
All right, and Papa said he saw Nana saw a Sasquatch a couple weeks ago. So, Papa, we're gonna chat. We're gonna get you on and talk about that.
Yeah.
So now that we're back on the air.
All right. So anything else? We've got announcements to make at some point.
Yep. It is 22. We can take another little break here real quick and do a couple announcements, and we'll be right back. Let's see, what are we going to talk
You're
about?
not going to remove us. Don't remove us. What the heck are you doing over
I don't
there?
know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking buttons.
It was so funny to watch him earlier today. He was on the floor and he's like trying to get ready for tonight. And he could not remember how to do everything.
I know,
like,
it's been a month. Oh my gosh, I got old man brain.
All right. Do not do the website ad.
Nope, we're not. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about an upcoming event right here in Eastern Oregon. If you're in Eastern Oregon or Western Idaho or Southeastern Washington. What
is wrong with you? You married me a hillbilly.
Yeah, I know. You can come join us here at the Miners Jubilee
next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're doing a 5. Can I do the 5K, 10K?
I don't know. So they're doing a lot of stuff. It's a thing that's been around Baker for a long time. They have a parade, library, bookstore, beer garden. Did I mention a beer garden? They're having a beer garden. They're having the duck race in the river, which is kind of fun. Rubber duck race. They don't race actual ducks. But we are going to be in the main park area. It's Geyser Pullman Park in downtown Baker City. They have vendors set up there. We're going to have a booth set up there.
We will have t-shirts. We will have all of our t-shirts and a whole bunch of merch. We just got it ordered and it will be here Monday.
Yep.
So come see us.
Come see us July 15th, 16th, and 17th in Baker City, Oregon. And it's free to get in and all that stuff.
Yep.
So there's that. A lot of stuff going on. Even street dance, if you're into street dancing and beer gardens. Oh, and the bull riding and
a 5K, 10K walk run.
I'm
going to see how to do that.
All right. There's that announcement. Anything else, dear?
Yeah, actually. So they won't notice this yet. But remember, I said my summer project was to completely redo the website. I'm this close. We are this close to having a much easier to navigate, much more user-friendly website.
There we go.
I've been actually working really hard with our website consultants on that, and it is really close. I have discovered something about myself. I could spend all day in the garden and time flies. When it comes to website work, it's like, oh, I got to have something strong before that. And beer gardens.
And beer gardens. Oh, and thank you, Tim. I want my wife to read this.
Scott is what? No, I am not reading that out. No.
Yes, you are.
Scott is one of the smartest guys I've ever met. I have to live with this. You haven't really met me. You have not really met me.
Okay, here's the funny part. Now, I'm not saying this to brag, but this was hilarious. We were going into this job thing, and I'm not going to say what it was, but we had to have the psychological evaluations and IQ tests to get into this. So we went in, we did the IQ test, and the doctor, psychiatrist dude that did the IQ test called us aside from everybody else, called us in the office, and he sat down and he goes, Scott, I don't know if you know this, but he said your IQ is 2 points higher than Einstein's. And I went, whoa, so I'm not a rocket scientist. I haven't learned that stuff, but anyway, so I thought, wow, cool. All right, that's it. And then he looked at me and he said, but don't get a big head because your wife's is 2 points higher than yours. So that was the funny thing.
And I will say this, just for the entertainment of everyone out there, that's probably why our career path has evolved into what it is, because we don't play well for very long in any kind of sandbox run by someone else.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're hot. Don't touch me.
All right.
It's so everyone. It's about, I don't know, 162 degrees
Yeah.
today.
So let's see if you got any questions. Start throwing them in the chat for us or Donna, and we're gonna bring Donna back. Hi, Donna.
So any questions, comments, snide remarks, we'll take them all.
Yeah. So anyway, but there's, I mean, you have a hot spot. You have a literal hot spot there, and I was going to say I wish I was there, because we kind of wish we were there, because we really love New England.
We keep looking at property in Maine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we have seen our dream off the grid cabin come up about 57 times. It's always in a different place, but it's like, I'll do that one or I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you
We're
have to come down. This spot really is a hot spot. I mean,
Yeah.
we're looking at the first trackway I found was in October of 2021,
Yep.
and they're still there.
Yep.
And consistently, when I go down there at least 4 times a week, so I walk the dog, and there's new fresh prints all the time. So this is a spot they go to all the time, and all the people, because they know I'm into Bigfoot, tell me stories, and it's all around that radius of, I'll say, 6 miles.
Right. I was going to ask you, now you bought a store, you own a store down there in that area. Okay.
Yep.
Have you got Bigfoot stuff in your store?
I do not, because I'm not sure the locals will buy Bigfoot stuff. You know, it would just be for me.
Yeah.
But they're actually right down, probably like 5 miles down from me. There's a person, his name's Alan, that has a Bigfoot shack, and he sells coffee and tea and hot dogs and stuff like that. And he's a sculptor. He has a huge Bigfoot, right, holding on to his shed. And I talked to him. He's come down with me to look at tracks and stuff like that. And he had experience also encountered. That's why he is really into Bigfoot. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No,
So
I was going to say,
yeah,
I was going to say, even if you had a little bit of Bigfoot stuff in your shop,
yep,
it surprised me when I first got into this. I just started a Facebook page, years ago. And I thought, well, I want to see if I can get some local stories to follow up on just for fun, So I put up a Facebook page, and what happened was the local we're in a small community. It's like, 3,000 people. And they have a little newspaper here, and the newspaper guy was into Bigfoot. So he saw my Facebook page go up, knew me. So he came and did a little story in the newspaper. The next thing I knew is I was getting 120 reports a month.
Wow.
So like I said, if you had a little something Bigfoot in your store, I bet you'd get a lot more stories than you think you could possibly get.
I mean, my mouth is big enough. I talk Bigfoot all the time. I have a Bigfoot, but I think I will. And actually, our community here is probably like 1,200 people. So it's a real small community.
The other thing it does too, just to have like even a display of different Bigfoot stuff, is it becomes a tourist attraction.
Yeah, it does.
So, and tourist dollars make you really happy.
Yes, they do.
So where'd that go? I just had it
there.
No, there was another one. Dora had one.
Oh, Dora. Okay,
Dora asked, have you ever camped out near that site? I noticed there's a gate and says they close at night.
Well, Dora is my sister, so she knows. I would not be camping out. No, I mean you can. There is a campground. There's 2 campgrounds right less than a mile from that spot because it's a state park. And so I would love to hear what they've heard. I'm sure. I don't know if I'm brave enough to go out there and camp out night. So
we are.
Okay, we'll come down.
We gotta go
come
back
down.
There.
You can camp down.
Yeah, I know. So
Tim asks us.
So Tim, have you ever heard of a lot of sightings in West Virginia? Yes, sir. There are a lot of sightings in West Virginia.
Right. Renee's got a nice. Oh, let's go up to Bill.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, I grew up close to the Mark Twain National Forest. Is that West Virginia?
No.
Oh, where's that?
Is that, I don't know. That's Ohio? You have to tell me. I'm not sure. I know somewhere in the head I know where it's at, but I can't recall.
Yeah, throw in the chat where that is. Watch me be right. Was there till my early 20s, finally moving back soon after 40 years, had experiences there and elsewhere.
Awesome.
Okay.
Actually, the Bennington Triangle, like I said, it's very close to us. There's a famous story. One of the stories from the Bennington Triangle is right here in the area where the trackways are. Was I think in the 50s there was a hunter, Carl Hansen or something, and he went out hunting and they found his body sitting up against a tree. His rifle was against another tree next to him, and he was crushed to death. And they found prints, and they said actually a bear crushed to the death. So
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And that was right at the area where the trackways were.
Boy, I didn't
And
know.
that was in the 50s.
So yeah, I don't think bears crush people. I think they claw them and bite them and stuff.
I would think so too. I don't think he was giving him a bear hug.
Maybe the Hulk crushed him. Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So
guess what? He said they were in the Missouri Ozarks.
Yes, that's so beautiful. That's beautiful country. Did you know that in the Ozarks you can find hunting cabin land for sale by owner?
Oh yeah.
Actually, I think we were more interested in Arkansas, but still, same general area. Yeah. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Tim. You just message me on Facebook. I'll give you my phone number. We'll get you going.
I think our phone number's on the website, squatchamerica.com.
Yep.
Sign up for our newsletter. You'll have the phone number at
there you
least
go.
once a week.
Yep.
All right.
I have some more cats if you want to go out and get. I think I have 3 more that are available if you want me to go grab them.
Sure.
Okay.
Do it.
Sure, we've got 8 minutes. Let's fill those
Okay.
puppies up. New comments.
Oh, Papa Craig says for Timothy, the land between the lakes is legendary for Sasquatch.
Is that in West Virginia? I'm assuming.
I'm assuming it is.
Yes. And Mopar Bill's uncle and his father found a trackway in the 1940s, Mark Twain National Forest.
There you go.
Oh, there's so many places we could go.
All right. All right. So I have 1, 2, I have 4 more. These aren't cleaned up as much, but
that looks like the one we did a few years ago.
That does. Look how freaking deep that is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're like 2 to 3 inches deep. That's one. And then this is a little tiny one. Whoops.
Oh my gosh, it's a baby.
It's a baby. That's
okay. So that's really interesting because see how deep the toe print is in that,
and how undeveloped the heel is.
Yeah. So we've talked about this before, that the Bigfoot print, when they step and then they come up, their foot bends in the middle and then the toe is the last thing coming up. So that's going to be the deepest thing. Mm-hmm. Humans hit with their heel. So the heel will be the deepest thing because your weight pushes down and then you're lifting your weight off when you come off your toes. So if that was a human print, the heel's usually deeper than the toe area, but exact opposite on a Bigfoot print. So the toe's so deep, but the heel's not.
So you know how human toddlers, when they start walking on their toes first? Mm-hmm. Do you think young Bigfoot learning to walk? Because I was looking at that, how deep those toes were. There's hardly any heel in that print. You think they tiptoe?
No, I think they step flat like they do because of the way they're.
Because there was like no heel there.
Yeah, I know, because all the weight goes on the toe because that's
Okay.
the last thing that comes off.
All right. Papa says that the land between. Oh, I would move there too.
Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia.
Yeah, I would move anywhere in there.
So anyway, yeah, so that one was very interesting how deep that was. You know, a human, like you said, you tried to step there and you
Yeah.
weren't getting near as deep as
No,
those
no.
prints.
Nothing.
So how something that small weigh way more than you do, you know,
Right.
if you think about it that way. Yeah.
It's a
They
lot
have
of
another
muscle.
one. This one looks like it's, I don't know if you can tell, like a print in a print. It's like kind of see like the toes and the toes.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
That's a print in a print.
Yeah. And then
But
one
that's
more.
not a bear.
No.
Right. Because, you know, a lot of time a bear will, you know, their hind legs step in their front legs and they get mistaken for Bigfoot tracks
Right.
at times. But that's not.
No, you can
Bear's
definitely
toes
see.
don't look like that.
You can definitely see a big toe.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And then
no claw marks.
no claw marks. Then I got another
Yep.
one.
See, you should put that collection in your store
Yeah.
on
Yes.
display.
I should. I will.
There you
I
go.
will. So those are the prints I have so far that are available for me.
Yeah, those are awesome.
All right.
Well, now we are down to 3 minutes.
There we go.
Welcome, Flat Rock. We've missed you, buddy.
Yep.
Danny, you'll
Danny.
just have to watch the replay.
Yeah.
Well, I miss chatting with everybody. You normally I'm on there chatting away, saying hi to everybody. So hi everybody, and
Yeah,
I'll chat
there
next
you go.
week.
There we go. Okay, so we can get into that. Next week we have
We have a guest next
we
week.
have a guest next week. It is I got it written down here somewhere. I can't remember which one I had which day.
Uh-oh. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Our guest next week is a guy named Dennis Carroll.
Yep.
Explain.
Dennis is a guy that he was on a podcast that I was on. We were both guests on the same show. And I asked him to come on our show. He's back east and he does Bigfoot stuff, but he also does
He's into all the cryptid
all the
stuff.
cryptids. So there's
so we
that.
might expand a little bit beyond Bigfoot next week.
Right. And then the 21st, we've got open. I might talk to Papa Craig about that one. And then the 28th, we got a really good show. A guy by the name of William Nighthawk. He's a Native American, and he has a Bigfoot podcast that he does. And we're going to talk to him about the Native American cultural history of Bigfoot. So that'll be
right
fun.
up your alley.
Right up my alley.
So, with all that said, Donna, thanks
Thank
so
you.
much for coming on. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see your face.
Fantastic.
I am homesick. I actually feel homesick for New England. 2 summers there, and I'm ready to,
Live
put my flag in.
Yeah. Do you know I don't know if Donna, I'm Acadian. My dad's from Van Buren, Maine. So
Yes.
Yep.
You have to come up here. Fly up here. It'll be cheaper.
I don't know.
Fly. We don't fly.
Oh, you don't fly.
Dale said the price. Dale was going to fly out here to see us, and he said the prices were ridiculous now. Okay. And Dora wants to talk about puckwudgies.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about puckwudgies with
next week, Dennis.
with Dennis.
Ooh, I will say, y'all know us. He's the pessimist. I'm the optimist. I am believing that the world will right itself at some point. He is preparing for it not to. So we will get back there at some point. Hopefully next year, because I really found myself I miss campfires and and the family, and
Yeah.
he misses the whoopie pies.
Yeah.
So, but as always, I think this is where I give my spiel.
Your spiel.
My spiel. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Donna.
Thank
We'll
you
see you
guys.
next
Bye.
time.
Yep, our store sells whoopie pies and they're fantastic.
Okay, good.
We have-
All
we
right.
have pumpkin-filled whoopie pies in the fall.
Ooh, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
Let me
Thanks,
know
then.
when you have them gluten-free and sugar-free, and I might get some.
I'll work on it.
All right. Thanks.
All
Donna.
right.
Thanks,
All
Dana.
right.
Bye.
So, as
Bye-bye.
always, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching us, for coming back after our month's vacation. That's the
Oops.
wrong one.
Wrong one. I'm pushing wrong buttons again because that's how I roll. Okay, there we go.
Menopause brain here, old man brain there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, for coming back after our month of vacation. Thank you for letting us have a month of vacation. I got a tan bit or freckled. I'm covered in freckles. Anyway, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends. We are working on more content so that we can actually put videos up every week that you can watch at your leisure, in addition to just our live shows. And he looked at me and said, "What are you talking about?"
No, I know exactly what we're talking
Yes,
about. We've got a
okay.
lot of.
We've got a lot of ideas and not a
ideas.
lot of hours.
But they're coming.
They're coming. So, and just remember that our job is to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So, until next week, you keep watching and
We'll keep squatching.
bye.
Bye. I got to find the outro again. Oh my gosh, I lost it.
Yeah.
There we go. Bye.
Goodbye.